First contact and ridicule. The vast expanse of space stretched before Captain Sarah Chen as she guided the Earth's first faster-than-light ship, the Odyssey, towards the coordinates of the alien signal. After decades of searching, humanity had finally made contact with an advanced extraterrestrial civilization. The crew's excitement was palpable, a mix of anticipation and nervousness, permeating the bridge. "We're approaching the rendezvous point, Captain," announced navigator Tom Rees, his fingers dancing across the holographic controls. Sarah nodded, her dark eyes fixed on the viewscreen. "All stations report status." As her crew called out their readiness, a massive ship shimmered into existence before them. Its sleek, crystalline structure dwarfed the Odyssey, making Earth's pride and joy look like a mere toy in comparison. "My God," whispered Dr. Aisha Patel, the ship's xenobiologist. "It's beautiful." The alien vessel pulsed with an ethereal light, and suddenly a melodic voice filled the Odyssey's bridge. "Greetings, humans of Earth. We are the Zarkonian Collective. We welcome you to the Galactic community." Sarah stepped forward, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of the Earth ship Odyssey. We come in peace and friendship." A chuckle, both musical and condescending, echoed through the speakers. "Peace and friendship, how quaint. Tell us, Captain Chen, how long did it take your species to achieve faster-than-light travel?" Caught off guard by the question, Sarah hesitated before answering. "We achieved FTL capabilities just 5 years ago." Another laugh, this time joined by multiple voices. "5 years? Oh, you poor primitive creatures. We mastered faster-than-light travel millennia ago. Your technology must seem so advanced to you." The mocking tone sent a chill down Sarah's spine. This wasn't the warm welcome they had hoped for. "We may be new to interstellar travel," Sarah replied, keeping her voice level, "but we have much to offer. We seek to learn and grow." "Learn and grow?" interrupted the alien voice. "Perhaps you can learn to be our pets. That might be all you're good for." Anger flashed across the faces of the Odyssey's crew. Dr. Potel stepped forward, her scientific curiosity overriding her indignation. "We've made great strides in various fields of science. Surely there must be areas where we can contribute." "Contribute?" The alien's tone dripped with disdain. "Your science is like a child's finger painting compared to our masterpieces. But please, do continue to amuse us with your primitive notions." As the humiliation continued, Sarah noticed her communications officer, Lieutenant Zara Kim, discreetly tapping at her console. Zara caught the captain's eye and gave a subtle nod. She had managed to record and analyze the alien transmission, gathering valuable data even as they endured the mockery. For the next hour, the Zarkonians continued to belittle humanity's achievements, dismissing their art, culture, and technology as insignificant. With each passing moment, Sarah's determination grew. She would prove them wrong, show them that humanity was more than they assumed. As the cultural exchange drew to a close, the Zarkonian spokesperson's voice took on a patronizing tone. "We will allow your species limited access to some of our less advanced outposts. Perhaps in a few thousand years, you might have evolved enough to be of some use to us." Sarah's jaw clenched, but she maintained her diplomatic composure. "We appreciate your generosity. Rest assured, we will make the most of this opportunity." As the communication ended and the alien ship disappeared in a flash of light, a heavy silence fell over the Odyssey's bridge. The crew looked to their captain, a mix of anger, shame, and determination in their eyes. Sarah took a deep breath, then addressed her team. "I know that wasn't what we expected, but remember this moment. Remember how they laughed at us, how they dismissed us, because one day we'll prove them wrong." She turned to Zara. "Lieutenant Kim, what were you able to gather from their transmission?" Zara's eyes lit up. "A lot, Captain. Their technology is incredible. But there are patterns, frequencies we've never seen before. I think they're using dimensional manipulation far beyond anything we theorized." Dr. Patel leaned in, intrigued. Dimensional manipulation. Like in Dr. Takashi's theoretical work on seventh-dimensional physics, Zara nodded excitedly. Exactly like that. If we could understand this, replicate it, we could leapfrog centuries of technological development. Zara finished, a spark of hope igniting in her chest. Set a course for Earth, maximum speed, she ordered her helmsman. Then, addressing the entire crew, she continued, "What happened here today doesn't leave this ship. As far as the world is concerned, we had a polite first contact, but we have work to do." As the Odyssey turned back towards Earth, Zara's mind raced with possibilities. The Zarkonians had unwittingly given humanity a gift, the motivation to prove them wrong, and a glimpse of the technology that could make it possible. Little did the aliens know, back on Earth, a secret project was already underway. A project that would soon shake the foundations of the galaxy and force the Zarkonians to eat their words. In the depths of a hidden facility beneath the Atacama Desert, Dr. Hiroshi Takashi stood before a shimmering portal, a smile playing on his lips. "Soon," he whispered. "Very, very soon." As the Odyssey approached Earth, Captain Chen couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the cusp of something monumental. The humiliation they had endured at the hands of the Zarkonians burned in her chest, fueling a determination she had never known before. Humanity had been dismissed, ridiculed, and underestimated, but Zara knew in her bones that they would rise above it all. The debriefing with Earth's leaders was tense. Zara had to carefully balance the truth of their encounter with the need to maintain public morale. She emphasized the technological marvels they had witnessed while downplaying the condescension they had endured. "And you're certain about this dimensional manipulation?" asked Dr. Elena Rodriguez, Earth's leading physicist and the head of the Global Science Council. Zara nodded, gesturing to Lieutenant Kim. "Zara's analysis is solid. The Zarkonians are operating on a level of physics we've only begun to theorize about." Dr. Rodriguez's eyes gleamed with excitement. "This could change everything. We need to accelerate Project Prometheus immediately." The next few months were a whirlwind of activity. While the public celebrated humanity's first contact with an alien civilization, a select group of scientists, engineers, and military personnel worked tirelessly in secret facilities around the world. Captain Chen found herself splitting her time between public appearances, where she painted a rosy picture of galactic diplomacy, and clandestine meetings with the Prometheus team. The project, she learned, had been in development for years, based on the groundbreaking theories of Dr. Hiroshi Takashi. Deep beneath the Atacama Desert, Zara stood in awe before the experimental device that the Prometheus team had constructed. It was a massive ring of pulsing energy, reminiscent of the portal she had glimpsed in her first meeting with Dr. Takashi. "It's incredible," she breathed, turning to Dr. Takashi. "But will it work?" The scientist's eyes crinkled with a mixture of pride and determination. "With the data you've brought us, Captain, I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough. We're not just replicating the Zarkonian technology, we're improving upon it." As the weeks turned into months, progress on Project Prometheus accelerated. The insights gained from the Zarkonian encounter allowed the team to make leaps in their understanding of higher dimensional physics. They weren't just developing faster-than-light travel, they were unlocking the secrets of the universe itself. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. There were setbacks, explosions that rocked the desert above, and moments of doubt when it seemed like they were reaching for the impossible. Through it all, Zara found herself becoming more than just a starship captain. She was a symbol of humanity's determination, a bridge between the public face of their galactic adventures and the hidden work that would define their species' future. 1 year after their first contact with the Zarkonians, Zara stood once again on the bridge of the Odyssey. This time, however, the ship had been retrofitted with technology born from Project Prometheus. As they prepared for their second journey to the stars, Zara felt a mix of anticipation and vindication. "All systems ready, Captain," reported Commander Jack O'Neill, her newly appointed first officer. "The Prometheus drive is online and stable." Zara took a deep breath, her hand hovering over the activation switch. This was the moment that would change everything. With a silent prayer, she engaged the drive. The universe seemed to bend around them. Colors that had no name in human language danced across the view screen. For a heart-stopping moment, Sarah feared they had made a terrible mistake. Then, with a flash of light that outshone a supernova, the Odyssey emerged into unknown space. "Status report," Sarah called out, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. Lieutenant Kim's voice was filled with awe as she responded. "Captain, according to our calculations, we've traveled over 10,000 light-years in an instant. We're deep in unexplored space." A cheer went up from the crew. They had done it. Humanity had not only replicated the Zarkonian technology, but had surpassed it. The Prometheus drive didn't just allow for faster-than-light travel. It allowed them to step through the higher dimensions themselves, crossing vast distances in the blink of an eye. As the excitement settled, a priority message came through from Earth. Dr. Rodriguez's face appeared on the screen, her expression a mix of excitement and concern. "Captain Chen, we're detecting a massive energy disturbance in the Andromeda Galaxy. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. We need you to investigate immediately." Sarah nodded, a sense of destiny settling over her. "Understood, Doctor. We're on our way." As the Odyssey prepared to make another dimensional jump, Sarah couldn't help but smile. The Zarkonians had dismissed humanity as primitive, unworthy of their attention. Now, barely a year later, humans were about to unravel a mystery that had caught the attention of the entire galactic community. "Prepare for dimensional shift," Sarah ordered, her voice ringing with confidence. "Let's show the galaxy what humanity is truly capable of." With another flash of impossible light, the Odyssey vanished, leaving behind a world holding its breath in anticipation. Humanity's true journey among the stars had begun, and nothing would ever be the same again. The cosmic threat emerges. The Odyssey materialized in the Andromeda Galaxy with a silent burst of multidimensional energy. Captain Sarah Chen's eyes widened as she took in the sight before them. A massive, swirling vortex of dark energy pulsed at the heart of a star system, devouring everything in its path. "My God," whispered Commander O'Neill. "What are we looking at, Captain?" Sarah's voice was barely audible as she responded, "I think we're witnessing the birth of a cosmic horror." Dr. Aisha Patel, now the ship's chief scientist, furiously analyzed the incoming data. "Captain, this isn't just a black hole or a stellar phenomenon. It's like a tear in the fabric of reality itself." As the crew watched in horrified fascination, entire planets were pulled into the vortex, disintegrating into their component atoms before vanishing completely. The void grew larger with each celestial body it consumed. "We're calling it a reality devourer," came Dr. Rodriguez's voice over the comms. "And it's not the only one. We're detecting similar anomalies popping up across multiple galaxies." Sarah's mind raced. This was beyond anything they had prepared for. "Can we stop it?" she asked, already dreading the answer. Dr. Patel shook her head. "With our current understanding? No, this thing is operating on a level of physics we've barely begun to grasp. It's like trying to stop a tsunami with a sandcastle." Suddenly, alarms blared across the bridge. Lieutenant Kim's fingers flew across her console. "Captain, we're detecting multiple ships entering the system. It's the Zarkonians." A fleet of crystalline ships, far larger and more numerous than the one they have encountered a year ago, emerged from hyperspace. Their elegant forms seemed to shimmer with barely contained power. "Open a channel," Sarah ordered, steeling herself for another encounter with the arrogant aliens. The familiar, melodious voice of the Zarkonian leader filled the bridge, but this time it was tinged with panic. "Humans, what are you doing here? You must leave immediately. This situation is far beyond your primitive understanding." Sarah bit back a retort, focusing on the crisis at hand. "We're here to help. Our scientists have been studying this phenomenon. Perhaps if we work together. Work together? The Zarkonians scoffed, but the fear in their voice was evident. Your species is barely out of its cradle. What could you possibly offer in the face of cosmic annihilation? Before Sarah could respond, the reality devourer pulsed, sending out a shockwave of dark energy. The Zarkonian ships closest to the anomaly were caught in its pull, their advanced shields crumpling like paper as they were drawn inexorably towards oblivion. Evasive maneuvers, Sarah shouted, and the Odyssey danced away from the encroaching darkness, its Prometheus drive allowing it to skip through dimensional space with unprecedented agility. As they watched, the Zarkonian fleet unleashed a barrage of weapons against the vortex, beams of energy that could shatter planets and missiles that bent space-time itself impacted the reality devourer. For a moment, it seemed to falter. Hope surged through the Odyssey's crew, only to be dashed as the anomaly absorbed the attacks, growing even larger and more unstable. It's feeding off their energy weapons, Dr. Patel realized, her voice filled with dread. They're only making it stronger. The Zarkonian ships began to retreat, their once proud fleet now in disarray. Sarah made a split-second decision. Open a channel to the entire Zarkonian fleet, she commanded. Channel open, Captain, Lieutenant Kim confirmed. Sarah took a deep breath, knowing that her next words could change the course of galactic history. This is Captain Sarah Chen of the Earth ship Odyssey. We've been studying these anomalies and believe we may have a solution, but we'll need to work together. There was a long pause, filled only by the ominous hum of the reality devourer as it continued to expand. Finally, the Zarkonian leader responded, their voice heavy with reluctance and a hint of desperation. Speak quickly, human. What do you propose? Sarah nodded to Dr. Patel, who stepped forward. The anomaly is a multidimensional breach, feeding off the energy of our universe to expand. Conventional weapons only fuel its growth, but our Prometheus drive, it allows us to manipulate the higher dimensions. If we can create a controlled implosion, we might be able to collapse the breach back in on itself. Preposterous, the Zarkonian leader exclaimed. Such technology is beyond. They stopped short, finally registering how the Odyssey had appeared in the system. How did you achieve this? A small, satisfied smile played on Sarah's lips. Let's just say we've been busy since our last meeting. Now, will you help us, or shall we watch the galaxy be devoured while you cling to your prejudices? There was another pause, shorter this time. What do you need us to do? For the next hour, the Odyssey's crew worked feverishly with the Zarkonian fleet, synchronizing their efforts to create a multidimensional containment field around the reality devourer. The humans' ingenuity and out-of-the-box thinking complemented the Zarkonians' vast knowledge and advanced technology. As they worked, more ships arrived, representatives from other galactic civilizations drawn by the cosmic disturbance. They watched in awe as the once ridiculed humans coordinated a response to a threat that had left even the mightiest spacefaring races paralyzed with fear. Containment field at 95% stability, reported Commander O'Neill, sweat beading on his brow. It's now or never, Captain. Sarah nodded, her hand hovering over the activation switch for the modified Prometheus drive. This was the moment that would determine the fate not just of humanity, but of the entire galaxy. All ships, brace for dimensional shear, she announced across all frequencies. Then, with a silent prayer, she engaged the drive. The universe seemed to hold its breath. The Odyssey pulsed with energy, channeling the power of higher dimensions into the containment field. For a terrifying moment, nothing happened. Then, with a silent flash that seared itself into the minds of all who witnessed it, the reality devourer began to collapse. It fought against the implosion, tendrils of dark energy lashing out in all directions. Several ships, both human and alien, were struck, their hulls crumpling under forces beyond mortal comprehension. But still, the Odyssey held firm, pouring more and more power into the collapsing anomaly. With a final, reality-shaking implosion, the reality devourer vanished, leaving behind nothing but empty space and stunned silence. As the dust settled and sensor readings confirmed that the threat had truly been neutralized, a cheer went up across the assembled fleet. Humanity, in partnership with the very aliens who had once mocked them, had saved the galaxy. The Zarkonian leader's voice came through, softer and humbler than before. "Captain Chen, we owe you and your people a debt that can never be repaid. We were wrong about humanity. You've proven yourselves to be extraordinary." Sarah allowed herself a small smile. "Thank you," she replied. "But our work is far from over. This was just one of many reality devourers threatening our universe. We'll need to work together if we hope to save all of creation." As the assembled alien races pledged their support and resources to the fight against this cosmic threat, Sarah couldn't help but feel a sense of irony. Humanity, once dismissed as primitive, was now poised to lead a united galaxy into a new age of exploration, discovery, and cosmic defense. The Odyssey turned its bow towards the next crisis, ready to face whatever challenges the universe might throw at them. For in their darkest hour, humanity had not only survived, they had thrived, reaching for the stars and beyond, proving that the human spirit was a force to be reckoned with in the vast tapestry of the cosmos. The multiversal nexus. Captain Sarah Chen stood on the bridge of the newly christened Earth ship Prometheus, her eyes fixed on the swirling vortex of energy before them. This wasn't just another reality devourer, it was something far more complex and dangerous. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the tension crackling through the air. Dr. Aisha Patel's fingers danced across her holographic interface. "Captain, this anomaly is unlike anything we've encountered before. It's not just tearing through our reality, it's creating bridges to other universes." A gasp rippled through the bridge crew. They had faced cosmic horrors, saved galaxies, and rewritten the laws of physics as they knew them. But this was beyond anything they had imagined. "Multiverse theory confirmed," whispered Commander Jack O'Neill, his eyes wide with awe and terror. Sarah's mind raced. The implications were staggering. If this anomaly continued to grow, it could lead to a collision of realities, a cascade of multiversal proportions that could unravel the very fabric of existence. "Open a channel to the Galactic Alliance," Sarah ordered. Within moments, the faces of various alien leaders, including the now humbled Zarkonians, appeared on the view screen. "Esteemed allies," Sarah began, her voice carrying the weight of countless battles and hard-won victories, "we face a threat beyond our worst nightmares. This anomaly isn't just a tear in our universe, it's a gateway to infinite realities." The alien leaders murmured in concern, their once disparate species now united in the face of cosmic peril. "But where there is danger, there is also opportunity," Sarah continued, a spark of inspiration in her eyes. "If we can stabilize its multiversal nexus, we could gain access to knowledge and resources beyond our wildest dreams." Dr. Petal stepped forward, her voice trembling with excitement. "Imagine technologies from universes millions of years more advanced than our own, or the combined wisdom of countless civilizations across the multiverse." The Galactic Alliance erupted in a flurry of discussion. The risks were enormous, but the potential rewards were infinite. As the debate raged, alarms blared across the Prometheus. Lieutenant Zara Kim's voice cut through the chaos. "Captain, we're detecting multiple incursions, objects coming through the nexus." Sarah's orders were swift and decisive. "Race shields, all hands to battle stations." The view screen shifted, showing a terrifying sight. Monstrous creatures of shadow and flame, sleek ships of impossible geometries, and beings of pure energy poured through tears in reality. "By the cosmic threads," gasped the Zarkonian leader, "it's an invasion from across the multiverse." The Prometheus shuddered as it unleashed its quantum phasers, beams of concentrated dimensional energy lancing out to push back the invaders. Around them, the ships of the Galactic Alliance joined the fray, their once disparate technologies now working in harmony. But for every incursion they repelled, two more took its place. The multiversal nexus pulsed and grew, threatening to engulf entire star systems. "We need a new strategy," Sarah muttered, her mind working overtime. Then, an idea struck her, brilliant, dangerous, and utterly human in its audacity. "Dr. Potel, can we use the Prometheus drive to enter the nexus itself?" Aisha's eyes widened. "Inferior, yes, but Captain, the risks are incalculable." "I know," Sarah finished. "But right now, it's our only shot. Prepare the drive." As the crew scrambled to modify the Prometheus drive for this impossible journey, Sarah addressed the Galactic Alliance once more. "My friends, we're about to attempt something never before conceived. We're going to enter the multiversal nexus, find its source, and stabilize it from within. It's a one-way trip, with no guarantee of return. I call now for volunteers." The response was immediate and overwhelming. Ships from every corner of the galaxy, crewed by beings who had once looked down on humanity, now pledged themselves to this desperate mission. With a hand-picked crew of the galaxy's finest minds and bravest souls, the Prometheus prepared to make the leap. The ship hummed with power, drawing energy from dimensions beyond human comprehension. "All hands," Sarah's voice rang out, clear and determined, "prepare for multiversal jump." With a flash of light that outshone supernovas, the Prometheus vanished into the swirling maw of the nexus. They emerged into a realm of pure chaos, where the laws of physics were more suggestion than rule, and reality itself seemed to twist and turn with every passing moment. Through this maelstrom of creation and destruction, Sarah and her crew fought on. They battled entities of pure thought, navigated through dying universes, and witnessed the birth of new realities. At the heart of the nexus, they found its source, a being of incomprehensible power, a cosmic architect whose grand experiment had spiraled out of control. What followed was a battle not of weapons, but of ideas. Humanity, with its unique blend of logic and imagination, faced the cosmic architect in a debate that would determine the fate of all existence. In the end, it was not advanced technology or cosmic power that won the day, but the very qualities the Zarkonians had once mocked: human creativity, adaptability, and an indomitable spirit. With the nexus stabilized and the multiverse saved, the Prometheus and its ally fleet prepared to return home. But they carried with them knowledge and technologies that would usher in a new age of exploration and discovery. As they emerged back into their home universe, greeted by cheering fleets and jubilant worlds, Sarah Chen stood on her bridge, a tired but triumphant smile on her face. Humanity had not only proven its worth among the stars, it had become the guardian of the multiverse, a beacon of hope shining across infinite realities. The universe would never be the same again, and the adventure was only just beginning. The quantum resurrection. As the dust settled from their multiversal adventure, humanity found itself at the forefront of a new cosmic age. The Prometheus, now legendary across multiple realities, docked at Earth's newly constructed Dyson sphere, a marvel of engineering that harnessed the full power of the sun. Captain Sarah Chen, hailed as a multiversal hero, stood before the United Galactic Council, her weathered face a testament to the battles fought and won. But a shadow lurked behind her eyes, a weight that spoke of sacrifices made and comrades lost. "Members of the Council," Sarah began, her voice carrying the gravity of one who had seen the birth and death of universes, "we've achieved wonders beyond imagination, but our victory came at a terrible cost." Holographic displays flickered to life, showing faces of those who had fallen during their cosmic crusade: humans, Zarkonians, and a dozen other species, all heroes who had given their lives to save reality itself. "Today," Sarah continued, a spark of determination igniting in her eyes, "we embark on our most ambitious project yet, Operation Quantum Resurrection." Murmurs rippled through the assembly. Dr. Aisha Potel stepped forward, her once jet-black hair now streaked with silver. "Using the knowledge we gained from the multiversal nexus, We believe we can reach across the quantum foam of reality and retrieve our fallen comrades, not just their bodies, but their very consciousness, preserved in the cosmic tapestry of spacetime. The council erupted in a mix of excitement and skepticism. The Zarkonian representative, once haughty but now humbled by humanity's achievements, spoke up. This is unprecedented, even by our standards. The ethical implications alone are staggering, Sarah finished. I know. But those brave souls risked everything to save us all. Don't they deserve a second chance? As debate raged, alarms suddenly blared throughout the Dyson sphere. Lieutenant Zara Kim's voice, now hardened by years of cosmic conflict, cut through the chaos. Captain, we're detecting a massive quantum disturbance. It's like nothing we've ever seen. The holographic displays shifted, showing a sight that made even the most seasoned cosmic travelers gasp. A vast, shimmering entity was emerging from the quantum foam of space itself. It was as if reality was unraveling and reweaving itself with every passing moment. By the eternal void, whispered the Zarkonian representative, it's a quantum leviathan. Sarah's mind raced. They had encountered hints of such beings during their multiversal journey, creatures that existed between realities, feeding on the very stuff of creation. But to see one here, in their home universe. All ships, battle stations, Sarah commanded, slipping back into the role of captain as if she had never left. Prepare the quantum resonance cannons. As the united fleet of the galaxy scrambled to face this new threat, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that this was more than just an attack. The timing was too perfect, the implications too staggering. Dr. Puttle, she called out, a wild theory forming in her mind. Could the quantum leviathan be attracted to our resurrection attempts? Aisha's eyes widened as understanding dawned. Of course. Our efforts to breach the quantum barrier must have acted like a beacon, drawing it here. But Captain, if that's true, then maybe... We can use it, Sarah finished, a plan already forming. If we can harness its power, we might be able to supercharge our resurrection technology. What followed was a battle unlike any the galaxy had ever seen. Ships danced through quantum probabilities, weapons fire distorting the very fabric of spacetime. The quantum leviathan lashed out with tendrils of pure possibility, entire fleets blinking in and out of existence with each strike. At the heart of the chaos, the Prometheus led the charge. Sarah's voice rang out across all frequencies, rallying not just her crew, but every being in the galaxy. Stand fast. We're not just fighting for our lives, but for the very soul of our universe. Using maneuvers that defied conventional physics, they herded the quantum leviathan towards Earth's Dyson sphere. As they approached, Dr. Patel activated the experimental quantum resurrection engine, its energy output rivaling that of entire galaxies. The leviathan, sensing the immense power, lunged towards the sphere. But this was exactly what they had planned for. Now, Sarah shouted. Beams of concentrated quantum energy lanced out from the Dyson sphere, enveloping the leviathan. For a moment, it seemed as if the entire universe held its breath. Then, with a silent explosion that rippled across realities, the quantum leviathan was absorbed into the resurrection matrix. Alarms blared as energy readings went off the charts. Captain, Zara called out, her voice filled with awe and terror. The quantum signatures, they're resolving. Before their eyes, shapes began to coalesce on the Dyson sphere's surface. Humanoid figures, alien forms, beings of pure energy. All those who had fallen in their cosmic crusade were returning, pulled back from the very brink of non-existence. As the resurrected heroes opened their eyes, taking their first breaths in this reborn state, Sarah felt a weight lift from her shoulders. They had done the impossible. They had cheated death itself. But even as celebrations erupted across the galaxy, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that this was just the beginning. They had tapped into powers beyond mortal comprehension, and the cosmos would never be the same. As she watched old friends and former enemies embrace, tears of joy streaming down faces both human and alien, Sarah Chen steeled herself for the challenges ahead. They had resurrected heroes, yes, but what else might they have awakened in the vast, unknown depths of the quantum sea? The answer, she knew, would shape the destiny of not just their universe, but all of creation, and humanity, once ridiculed and dismissed, would be at the forefront of this new cosmic odyssey, the singularity convergence. The quantum resurrection had ushered in an unprecedented era of growth and discovery. Humanity, once confined to a single planet, now stood at the helm of a pan-galactic civilization that spanned multiple dimensions. But with great power came even greater responsibilities and unforeseen consequences. Captain Sarah Chen, now Admiral of the Cosmic Fleet, stood aboard the Bridge of the Infinitum, a ship that made the original Prometheus look like a child's toy. Its quantum core pulsed with the energy of 1,000 suns, ready to traverse the multiverse at a moment's notice. "Admiral," called out Commander Zara Kim, her voice tinged with urgency, "we're detecting a massive anomaly at the edge of known space-time. It's unlike anything we've ever encountered." Sarah's eyes narrowed as she studied the holographic display, a swirling vortex of pure energy, far larger than any celestial body, loomed before them. But this was no reality devourer or quantum leviathan. This was something entirely new. "By the cosmic threads," whispered Dr. Aisha Patel, her augmented eyes scanning the readings. "It's a singularity convergence. Multiple universes are colliding at a single point, creating a nexus of infinite possibilities." The implications were staggering. Such an event could rewrite the very laws of physics, reshaping reality itself. But it could also tear apart the fabric of existence, ending not just their universe, but all universes. "Send word to the Galactic Alliance," Sarah ordered. "We need every ship, every mind, every resource we can muster. This is beyond anything we've faced before." As the call went out, ships began to arrive from across the cosmos. Zirconian crystal vessels shimmered into existence alongside massive Etherian thought ships. Quantum-entangled fleets from a dozen realities converged, each bringing technologies and perspectives shaped by their unique universal constants. But even as they gathered, Sarah couldn't shake a growing sense of unease. This felt too convenient, too perfectly timed. As if, "It's a trap," she realized, her voice barely a whisper. No sooner had the words left her lips than the singularity convergence pulsed, releasing a wave of energy that washed over the assembled fleet. Ship systems flickered and died, leaving them adrift in the cosmic void. From the heart of the convergence emerged a sight that made even the most hardened cosmic travelers gasp in awe and terror. A being of pure thought and energy, so vast it dwarfed galaxies, took shape before them. "I am the architect," boomed a voice that resonated through the very fabric of reality. "Creator of universes, shaper of cosmic law. And you, tiny motes of consciousness, have meddled in forces beyond your comprehension." Sarah's mind raced. This was the same entity they had encountered at the heart of the multiversal nexus, the one they had bargained with to save reality. But something had changed. The cosmic being now radiated an aura of malevolence that sent chills down her spine. "Your resurrection technology," the architect continued, "your quantum manipulations, your careless traversing of realities, you've upset the grand design. And now all must be undone." With a gesture that bent light itself, the architect began to unravel the very laws of physics. Entire galaxies winked out of existence, timelines collapsed, and the multiverse itself began to tremble. But humanity had not come this far to be erased from existence. Drawing upon every scrap of knowledge, every impossible technology they had gleaned from their cosmic adventures, they'd prepared to make their stand. "All ships," Sarah's voice rang out across the dimensional planes, "initiate Protocol Omega. It's time to rewrite reality itself." What followed was a battle that defied description, fought not with weapons but with ideas. The combined intellect of trillions of beings, augmented by AI that transcended traditional consciousness, clashed against the cosmic will of the architect. They rewrote the laws of physics on the fly, weaponized parallel timelines, and harnessed the power of quantum superposition to exist in multiple states simultaneously. The singularity convergence became a forge of creation and destruction, where entire universes were born and died in the span of heartbeats. At the heart of it all stood humanity, their indomitable spirit and boundless creativity pushing the limits of what was possible. They had been underestimated, ridiculed, dismissed as primitive, but now they stood as the last line of defense for all of creation. As the cosmic battle reached its crescendo, Sarah realized the true nature of their fight. This wasn't just about survival, it was about the fundamental nature of existence itself. The architects sought perfect order, a sterile multiverse bound by immutable laws. Humanity, with all its flaws and limitless potential, represented the wild card, the element of chaos and free will that could never be fully controlled. With a final, reality-shaking effort, Sarah and her allies reached into the heart of the singularity convergence. They didn't seek to destroy the architect, but to merge with it, to infuse the cold equations of cosmic law with the warmth of human spirit. In a flash that outshone the birth of universes, it was done. The architect, once a being of pure cosmic thought, now pulsed with the collective consciousness of humanity and its allies. Order and chaos, design and free will, merged into a new cosmic paradigm. As the dust settled and the multiverse stabilized, Sarah found herself standing on the bridge of the infinitum, forever changed. They had not just saved reality, they had ascended, becoming one with the very fabric of existence. The universe would never be the same, and humanity, once a tiny spark in the cosmic night, now burned as an eternal flame, guardians and shapers of all that was, is, and ever would be. Their journey impossibly had only just begun.